Yakshas feature quite prominently in the Pali canon, or Yaksas they're called there. Seem to be quite interesting beings. Some are benign, some are malign. They're rather big and powerful. They're above average height, as it were, so far as these sort of beings go. I know, and just trying to think, where they belong. What's the next highest realm above the human realm? You should be able to tell me this. You should have Buddhist cosmology at your fingertips. No, world of gods.
Gods of the 33.
No, there's the four great kings. There's the four great kings. There's Virupaksha and Vaishravana and so on. So one of them has in his train, I'm afraid I can't remember which one, the Yakshas. One has the Nagas, one has the Yakshas, and so on. So the Yakshas are all assigned to the train, the entourage, of one of these four great kings. So they belong, as it were, basically, primarily, to his realm, his heaven. So you sort of localize them in that way. Now, but having said that, there are all sorts of Yakshas. Some are seem to be connected with trees, and some are connected with mountains, and you can be reborn as a Yaksha. Yaksha can be reborn as a human being. But their principal characteristic seems to be that they're powerful. Didn't someone give a talk about Yakshas, or say something about Yakshas in the course of a talk? A men's event? Yes, I'm sure they did not so long ago. Who was that? Someone said some quite interesting things about Yakshas. Might have been Deva Mitra. No one remembers? I don't think I was dreaming it. But anyway, they are these powerful, sometimes benign, sometimes malign spirits, associated with different aspects of nature very often, and attached to one of the four guardian kings. Interestingly enough, the Buddha himself, and I've mentioned this, is sometimes referred to as Yakha in the Pali Canon, emphasizing perhaps the awe-inspiring aspect of the Buddha. And it is said by some historians of Indian art that particular type of Buddha image, which is called the Mathura image, especially the standing image, was modelled originally on the figure, artistic representations of the Yakha. That provided the sort of basis, the sort of model for these particular images of the Buddha, because these images are very powerful and very sturdy, and quite sublime, one might say. So this is an aspect of Buddhism that is not, one might say, usually considered. Dharmapalas seem to be rather different. Dharmapalas seem to be purely spiritual beings, spiritual in the sense of transcendental, because they may have a wrathful external form, but inwardly they're generally considered to be bodhisattvas, aren't they? So they might externally resemble yakshas, but they are guardian kings, but they'd actually really be quite different.
But don't you mention in the Mitrataranya study that Dharmapalas are not transcendental figures? You can't meditate upon them as you do upon Bodhisattva.
You can meditate upon a Dharmapala in the sense of that when you have the four terms, you've got the Guru, the Deva, the Dakini, and the Dharmapala. When they occur, in that sort of way, in that sort of set, then they're generally regarded as transcendental, just like the other three. But sometimes perhaps Dharmapala in Tibet is used in a loose sort of sense, more like a guardian spirit, in the ordinary sense, like as the guardian spirit of a monastery or a shrine. So that sort of guardian spirit you wouldn't meditate on, in the way that you would on a bodhisattva or other transcendental being.